Mike here, the manifester here. Hey guys, and as you can see, I've already begun the process. I'm gonna be doing a Perm-Rod set today, and I'm gonna try to speed up the process because I know some of my other videos have been extremely long. So with that being said, you should have your hair washed and freshly blow dried. You don't want to do it on old hair because the product buildup may not be that cute. I separated it in two. As you can see, my edges need help, but that's besides the point. We really need to just get into it. What you're gonna need is a lot of body. So you've already moisturized, oiled your hair, blow dried your hair like I've shown in previous videos, but this is what's gonna hold it. This is really what makes the difference. This is all I'm gonna be using from here on out. And I'll just be using my Denman brush and my comb. And sorry if you hear this noise. Perm-Rods. So Perm-Rods, I mean, they've been around for forever. I'm pretty sure I got these from my grandma, but I didn't know how to use them. Now I do, so I'm gonna show you. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so this actually went a lot faster than what I expected. All you're gonna wanna do is section off your hair, properly detangle it, put in some mousse, and roll it down. I like to roll in the ends because that really helps get the curl in there. And as you can see, it's something that's pretty easy, pretty straightforward, but I'm gonna slow it down so you can see what I'm really doing. Okay, so it didn't even take as long as what I thought it would take. After you blow drying, detangling, washing, that's really what takes up a lot of the time. This doesn't really seem to be taking very long. And you roll it kind of like how you see people in those old TV shows roll your hair. So the first thing that I do is section it. Do a section, do a section. I might actually turn this into 4. I might not. It's looking like probably not. Anyways, so what I do is take my Denman brush through it. It's already literally detangled because I blow dried it. Take some of my LottaBody and I work that through. This is really what's gonna give it that hold, that shine. Not gonna allow you to have like buildup and stuff like that, which is why I say like you should put in your cream and stuff like that when you're blow drying, so it kind of like blow dries out, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but so I comb through it with a fine tooth comb. You can do whatever you want, but that's what I do. And I have 3 different sizes. I have like the big chunky ones that I use in the back, and I use like these skinny ones for the front, so it can just be more defined in the front. And what you want to do is like tuck the hair under. So you wrap the ends first, and then you start to roll. You just roll, just as far as you can. And it's okay if it's like puffy at the roots, because at the end of the day, we want our roots to be fluffed anyways. So there's that. You can do it like that. And just fasten it. So for every section, you have to do that. You have to detangle with your brush first, because you don't want to go through with a comb and it hasn't like been detangled yet. Then you get your LottaBody. I do usually just 1 squirt because I don't want it to be like too wet or anything like that, too moistened by it. I work that through, focusing on the ends. Comb that through. Then do that if you want, it's mine. So what I do, I take it, I wrap the ends first, and then I roll it up. And roll up, roll down, whatever you want to call it, and have it just sit on my head, fasten it. Now we're finally on the last one. This low-key looks like it could be 2. I'm wondering if I should split it. I guess it won't hurt to split it. You can see if we can do that, but I'm not sure. And sorry for the noise. I do keep these in a little plastic bag because I don't have a container for it. This low-key could use 1 big orange one, but I'm gonna use 2 small ones. And honestly, like some people care about what direction it's in. I usually don't, because like, to be honest, while the putting it in is really important, what's most important to get the style to come out how you want is the takedown. The takedown is more important than I would say anything else. Are all the other steps important? For sure, they definitely are. But that last step of taking it down is really what makes or breaks the style. Ooh. Make sure I'm keeping my hair separate. And I'm rolling it down to the point where it's kind of like on my scalp. And then I'm fastening it. And sometimes when you have all this product on your hands can get a little slippery. So now we finally reached the last one. You see what happens when I don't use the brush first? So you gotta use the brush first, then your mousse. Work that through. Comb it through. And then remember, when you have it like this, you wrap the ends around first. You want to make sure that is secure. And then you roll the hair over it so the ends stay in place. Okay, the time has finally arrived. Instead of sitting under a hooded dryer, I just slept with mine overnight. So this is what they look like. As you can see, one of them came out. I didn't even know that until just now, so let's pray. First things first, just put a little bit of oil. It doesn't matter what oil, oil of your choice, on your hands. You always want to make sure that you have oil on your hands before you take them out. When you take them out, you want to take it out like, low-key look like it's working. And what I like to do, I just throw them in my bonnet so then they're not all over the place. Oh, they're low-key. I mean, like, I knew they were gonna come out good, but like, I didn't expect. Sometimes there's like loose hairs. As you can see, this one, like, I don't know what happened, but it's all about the takedown. So like, you want to take it down like that so the curls stay like formed. I feel like one of those old ladies from the 50s or whatever time era that was when these first came out, and they're like sleeping with the perm rods. And no, your hair doesn't have to be perm to use perm rods. I don't know if people think that, but just a random fact. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's not fluffed out. So let me get my pick. And we're just going to, number one, I'm gonna separate. Let's start from the back, from the back, from the back, from the back. We gon' start from the back. You gonna separate it. Separate it and curl. Separate it and curl. Separate it and curl. So as you can see, with my nice and oiled up hands, I'm separating them piece by piece, curl by curl. You're gonna wanna swirl it within your fingers in the same direction that you put that perm rod. That's what's gonna help the curl stay formed. This is literally, as I keep saying, the most important part of the whole hairstyle is the takedown. The takedown makes or breaks the way it looks. And as you can see, I was kind of rushing. I would advise you don't rush. This is a style that you shouldn't rush for as far as the takedown, because if you rush to take it down, it's gonna, like, all that time that you put in is basically just going to be a waste. So take your time, do each one, and twirl it in that same direction. Make sure that you have a bit of oil on your hand so you're not taking any moisture out of your hair. And yeah, just trust the process. You shake it out, you know. Sometimes it does look a little crazy in the middle, but once you get to the end and you see the fruits of your labor, you're like, okay, well, you know, you might have just did something, might have just changed the game. But yeah. as I was saying, the takedown is what makes or breaks your hair. Well, your hairstyle. That one perm rod that I didn't put in right, it kind of, you know, messed up the back a little bit. But what's most important is this. You see this? You see? If you want to keep those curls, you take it. Sorry, don't do that. Take it section by section. You twirl, twirl, twirl. And when you do that, the curls stay. You just want to separate them so they're not looking like huge and chunky and whatnot. And even when it feels like, you know, it may not be coming out that awesome, like, trust the process. It's really hard too sometimes, but trust the process. And if you feel like the LottaBody doesn't make your hair stiff, but when it's still in that first, like, when it's fresh out the Perm-Rod, you can feel which ones are like fresh out and which ones aren't. This actually came out way better than what I thought. Maybe it's just POV. Y'all gotta let me know what you think. Put a little bit more oil on my head. And I'm not using any type of particular oil. It's my same mixed up oil. I must say, I like it. I like it a lot. And why I do the tiny ones in the front is so I can have like a little cute little bang, you know, that bang. That section in the back that don't want to let me be great, that's fine. And then you want to raise the roots. But that's also why I didn't mind not going all the way down to the roots, because you want your roots to be fluffed anyway. Sometimes when you take out these things, you still see like the parts in your head. You don't want that. Now that's how I let it get like the volume that it needs. But I'm looking in the mirror. It's looking pretty darn good. Hold up, wait a minute. Might have did something. So this is exactly how I would wear my hair. It has now been taken out and separated, rod by rod, piece by piece. I actually really love the look. I wasn't sure that it was going to come out good because I had one in the back that didn't want to cooperate, but that's just because it had gotten loose. So make sure you always keep them kind of like as tight as you can, roll them down. Make sure you take them out, you're doing that little spiral move that you saw me do. I swear by LottaBody, I've been using this for most of my life. Maybe not this exact one, but like LottaBody, the brand, their mousse, really, really good. Very light, doesn't leave residue in your hair. And all I did beforehand, I did wash and blow dry my hair to make it easier. You can do this with wet hair, but just expect a little bit more shrinkage. Don't be afraid to floof it out. I know that you put in all that hard work to do it, but like when you floof it, it has so much more body. So I'm actually really happy about how this look turned out. For the person who requested this, I hope you're watching and I hope you learned something. And if there's something that I didn't really cover, feel free to leave it in the comments and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. But I like it. I like it a lot. Thanks again for watching. Please make sure that you subscribe, right, if you want to see more. You can also check out, you know, my crystal business at myhairIsmagic.com or my recent blog where I'm going to transcribe all of my YouTubes into blogs just in case anyone wants it. I'm not really sure if you guys do, but that's myhairthemanifestor.com. And thank you again so much for watching. Bye.
No sleeper seats, that's a mattress. No sleeper seats, that's a mattress. You ain't stingy, split your tablets.